my #1 favorite pitching deal of all times, without a doubt. It's called a slither rig. I've got a rage crawl on here at the present moment. I throw a rage crawl or I throw a rage bug on this. Those are my two plastic baits. What it is it's a skirted weight is what that is. And I peg it, and then like I said, straight shank hook, Hayabusa 5/0 hook on there. I got a snail knot, so when I set that hook, like I said, it turns straight up. It's in that fish's head. But the thing about it is I love this bait because I'd throw a jig. I used to throw a jig. You never, ever, ever got in my boat that I did not have a jig tied on. Okay, but the problem with the jig is the jig will hang up from time to time. With the slither rig, it's a skirted weight that basically is 100% of a jig right there. You can trim it up, you can do a lot of different things there. And I hand tie these things. I've got a video, you guys can go back and look at it. And I take a floral wire and wrap around that and tie. A lot of times when you set the hook on a slither rig or any type of a skirted weight, that will separate. The skirt will come down because of the way you jerk the hook, and you got to put it back on, which is no big deal, but it just takes a little bit of time. So I hand tie those. But with that bait right there, like I said, I can throw it in the thickest brush pile, the thickest bushes. I don't have to worry about it getting hung at all. The only thing I got to worry about is jerking on it and getting that fish out of that cover. But just a dynamite little bait right there will help you catch so many more fish. So as you're seeing on here, I'm flipping bushes and trees and willows, and that's just another one of the baits that, like I said, that's helped me catch a lot of fish over the years. So if you want to add another bait to your arsenal, and guys, I talk to a lot of guys that just say, I'm always getting hung up with the jig, it's frustrating to me. Well, here's a way that you're not going to get hung up. So Strike King makes a slither rig. It comes in a 1/2 ounce, a 3/4, a 1 ounce, and an 1.25 ounces, and I believe they got an 1.5 ounces as well. So punching wise, if you're punching heavy grass, you want to do that. Lily pads, the weight will tell you whatever. Now going along with that weight size is something you guys can experiment with, even in bushes. Sometimes you might want to throw a 1 ounce weight in a bush, and same place where you could get by with throwing a 3/8 ounce or a 1/2 ounce weight in there. But I've had situations before where with that heavier weight going down, just that faster fall, you get a better reaction by it. So it's just something to keep them honest during the day. You might have a couple different weights tied on and flip in there a couple times, especially one of them where you get that gut feeling, there's that perfect point bush and it's right there and there's got to be a fish in it. You might throw that 1/2 ounce slither rig in there, not get a bite, then throw the ounce in there and they might the whole bush shake. So just those simple little things right there might add 1 or 2 more fish during the day. Those are just little things that'll help you along the way. Just like that, you catch another one. Tail's bleeding, in there fanning, hooked in the top of the head. Slither rig and a rage scrug. Just like that, reality happens. Lamprey eel has got that fish before. Look at that. Like I said, I'm just going to talk to you about springtime fishing.
You can see I'm flipping bushes. There's nothing I'd rather do than be able to pick up a flipping stick, you know, lose reel, lose rod, 20-pound Seaguar and BizX, and a slither rig. That's my go-to deal. The key to me is trying to figure out what stage those fish are in and how they want that bait. If you flip in the bush and the whole bush shakes, you know, those are pretty well no-brainers. You know, just drop your rod and lay the wood to it. There ain't no doubt about that. But if it's a slower bite, and if you feel like there's a fish in there, take your time. And I call what I like to do, I soak that bait some. I'll flip that bait in there, let it go to the base. I always try to figure out where the base of the bush is at, because I think they want to spawn around that base. So I'll flip that bait in there, let it go to the base. I'll pick up till my line's just tight, and I just hold it for maybe 3, 5, 8 seconds, and just I might shake it just a little bit. But anything you feel, if you feel like you're on a limb and all of a sudden it just gets heavy, set the hook. Jerks are free. I mean, it only costs if you get in that tug of war. If you get in a tug of war, the odds are you're going to lose it. So that's the biggest tip I can give you on this flipping. Play around with the colors, whatever works for you. You know, the cleaner the water, the lighter the colors. The dirtier the water, the dirtier the colors. You know, our watercolor here, you got about a foot of visibility. I got a green pumpkin blue skirt on there, and then just throwing a blue bugs, that color right there. That's all I'm doing, is just punching it in there, pick it up. And like I said, when you get that fish on, as long as you got him tight, you got him pinned, don't ever give him slack line. Just make sure you keep that line tight all the time. And like I said, sometimes you can't get to the fish real quick. As long as you keep that line tight and keep him from moving around a whole lot, you'll be all right. So hopefully those tips right there will help you catch a few more fish. I appreciate it. There's a good one right there, Tommy. There's a good one. I'm talking about on the end of my line.